This weekend is the Survivor Series, so I'm in this video to give you my thoughts and predictions on what's going to happen. Let's jump straight into it. Main event time. It will be The Rock and John Cena taking on The Miz and R-Truth. Now this is the match that everyone's been waiting for. That is a cliche. Usually everyone will say that about a pay-per-view. Oh, we've been waiting for this match. This is the match everyone's been waiting for. It's never true, apart from this time it actually is true. Everyone's been waiting for The Rock to come back to the WWE. He finally did it at the start of this year, and we all went mental like, yes, The Rock is back. He might only be cutting promos, but at least he's back. And now this is his first match back, and it's going to be awesome. Rock and Cena versus Miz and R-Truth. Now, this is all leading up to WrestleMania. Survivor Series over the last few years, and in fact, for pretty much forever, Survivor Series has been the catalyst to really get things rolling towards WrestleMania. I remember when I first realised how important it was like Survivor Series 2003, when they had when they were building up Kane and Undertaker. Was that WrestleMania 20? I can't remember. Basically, Survivor Series is all a catalyst to build up those massive WrestleMania matches, and obviously we know that the WrestleMania match that's going to have John Cena in is John Cena versus The Rock. Now, what they're going to do in this match to make us want to watch that WrestleMania match? What could they do? What do they need to do? They need to create more conflicts, because at the moment it's just a case of, oh, I'm going to give a little put down to you. Oh, well, I'm going to put down you, Fruity Pebble. Oh, well, I'm going to put down you because you're only chatting shit via satellite. Why don't you chat shit to my face? You know, it's very tedious at the moment. It's not real. It's just a bit forced at the moment, like, oh, I'm just going to give a slight dig right now. And it sort of works, because slight digs for all this time works, because they couldn't really do heavy build up for a full year. They needed to do slight dig, slight dig, slight dig. Now this is the time when they need to really get things going. They need a big explosion on the show tonight. One guy needs to turn on the other, but who will it be? Some people think it would be John Cena turning on The Rock. I do not believe in that. I do not think that will happen. I don't think that's a good idea. Mainly because Cena's fans are the quote-unquote children. They're the younger audience. They're the audience who look up to Cena because he's a goody-goody and he stands for everything that is right. Whereas the Rock's fans are the older fans, the ones that grew up in the so-called Attitude Era. We're the fans of The Rock, and we were fans of the time when being bad was cool. Doing stuff that went against the grain was what made you cool and what made you into a good guy back then. Austin was the biggest heel in the company, but was the biggest face because of it, because he was such a badass. Everyone loved him, and that was the same thing about The Rock, and that's why The Rock can turn on Cena, can turn quote-unquote heel at Survivor Series, and that will really build up to the WrestleMania match, because the Rock's fans won't look at it like, oh my god, he's turned heel, I hate The Rock. But if Cena did turn heel, that would take away from his fans. So we want both guys to keep their fan bases going into WrestleMania, because that's what this is about. It's about generations. One generation behind The Rock, one behind Cena. Who's going to come out on top? Obviously, I think at WrestleMania, Cena will come out on top, but it's not about that at the moment. We're talking about the Survivor Series. So the Survivor Series, they've got to do that somewhere on the match. So I think Rock will turn on Cena, and then Miz will get the pin over Cena, just like it happened at WrestleMania, just like Miz said it would happen on Raw this past week. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think Miz and R-Truth are going to come out on top, and I think this will be match of the night. This will be amazing. It'll be what everyone's talking about when the show goes off the air. They'll be like, oh my god, I cannot believe what just happened. I cannot believe how awesome that is. The Rock has turned heel. He's going to show a bit more character. He's going to be a bit more aggressive. We're going to get the real Rock back. That's what I believe. We're going to get the real Rock back for his one last final match at WrestleMania. A lot of people said, oh, why bring the Rock back for this match at Survivor Series? The whole point of the match at WrestleMania is that's his first match back. I don't think that's the whole point of this. I think the whole point of the Rock's match at WrestleMania is that that's his final match. He is going to give his final match against John Cena. Now, it might not turn out to be his final match, but it will be booked as his final match. This is The Rock's last stand. Rock against Cena. Cena wins. Cena goes over fully as the legend that WWE want him to be. Right, that's my prediction for that match, to be Miz and R-Truth to win. I wrote all the matches down on this crappy little piece of paper today. Right, next match. WWE title, Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk. This match, it could really go either way, and I don't really want to see the title switched back and forth too much, but seeing as this title will probably change hands at the Elimination Chamber anyway, I'd say keep the title on Del Rio. Let Del Rio beat CM Punk. Let him cheat to win, but get him over. Give him the win. Give him the push. He's won the Money in the Bank. He's won Royal Rumble in the last year. Let's make him a proper champion. CM Punk's going to be over anyway. You can come out and give an awesome promo in a week's time and we'll all be like, wow, Punk's back. Punk's amazing again. So it doesn't matter if he loses. Whereas if Del Rio loses, it will really hurt his credibility. Next up we got Mark Henry versus The Big Show. I know I've gone for 2 heels in the last 2 matches, and I think I'm going to go for a heel again. I think Mark Henry will beat The Big Show. But where do we go from there? Who will beat Mark Henry? This is all build up towards WrestleMania. So I think at WrestleMania, I think Mark Henry will go through the Elimination Chamber and keep hold of his title, because Mark Henry's the kind of guy who can go in there and win. Put him in a cage. He's a caged animal. Put him in a cage and he'll beat you. Mark Henry, I think, will go through the Elimination Chamber as well. And I think Mark Henry will go on to beat against Sheamus. I was going to say Shameless. I always almost say Shameless. He'll go against Sheamus at WrestleMania, and I think Sheamus will beat him then. As you can tell, this video is sort of a bit of a road to WrestleMania video as well, where I'd take things. Del Rio, on the other hand, I'd have him drop the belt at Elimination Chamber, that's the one. Against, I don't know who, then whoever can defend the title at WrestleMania. Maybe against Del Rio himself. Who have we got next? Beth Phoenix versus Eve Torres. Again, I'm going to go for a heel win. I'm going for all heel wins so far. Yeah, this is quite weird, isn't it? But yeah, I think Beth will beat Eve, mainly because they're pushing Kelly Kelly as the main face diva at the moment. So why then give the title to Eve when the main face is Kelly Kelly? Because then she can't go against Eve, and I don't think Eve's going to turn heel. Or maybe Kelly Kelly could turn heel. That would be interesting. If Eve won this and Kelly Kelly turned heel and joined the Divas of Destruction, maybe that would give her a bit of more credibility, and that would probably get her over more with the fans, because at the moment I can't stand Kelly Kelly. But if she was given a bit more attitude, and if she was running with Beth and Natalya, that would be pretty awesome. Next we've got Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison. After I've gone for all heel wins so far, I cannot go against the heel Dolph Ziggler. I think he'll beat John Morrison. I'm not a fan of John Morrison. We all know his contract's running up soon. Maybe it's been renewed, maybe it hasn't been renewed. They may be doing the same thing with that they did with CM Punk, where they thought, oh, he'll never win the title because his contract's run out tonight, so he'll never win the title at Money in the Bank, and he won the title. Maybe that's what they're doing there. They're making us think that John Morrison's contract hasn't been renewed, and that he'll never win the title, and maybe he will win it, and it'll be his big push finally. I'd like to think that Ziggler will win this though, in all honesty. So yeah, I'm going for all heel wins, apart from in the main event we've got Randy Orton, Sheamus, Mason Ryan, Kofi Kingston and Sin Cara against Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Hunico and Jack Swagger. Again, Dolph Ziggler's been double booked here. He's got 2 matches. Everyone keeps talking about, oh, Ziggler's got 2 matches, Ziggler's got 2 matches. I think this is a conscious effort from the WWE to show us that Ziggler is their man. He's their Mr. Perfect. He's their Bret Hart. He's the guy, well, more the Bret Hart. He's the guy they can put in more than 2 matches in one night, and he's going to deliver. They're showing that Dolph Ziggler is their workhorse, and he can put on awesome, well, not awesome match, but he can put on passable match after passable match with various guys. That being said, I think the faces are going to win. Mainly because the heels have got guys like Hunico on the team who, he's just not being pushed. He just seems to be there to be a jobber now. Sorry, I've got a really scratchy throat at the moment. That's better. No, it's not. There we go. Hunico seems to be there as sort of a Latino jobber guy, sort of like Chavo was in the last few years. Now I'm not against that, because Hunico, he's alright, but he's not really that great. And then on the face team, you got guys like Mason Ryan and Sheamus, who are going through big pushes at the moment. Kofi Kingston's your tag team champion, so I can't see him losing. Evan Vaughn's fucked up a bit. He's been suspended, as we all know, but I don't think they're going to hold that against Kofi right now. Like I said, Dolph Ziggler's having 2 matches, so he can beat John Morrison and then go into this match, be all tired, and then be eliminated quickly by a Sheamus or a Mason Ryan to really put those 2 guys really over. I don't think Wade Barrett's going to get pinned, or maybe if he does, it'll be like 3 against 1. and he'll stand no chance he'll be the last survivor on his team. But I think he might just walk out because he's like, oh, screw you guys, I'm not fighting against you guys. There's too many of you, I'm gonna fuck off. Because after all of his other teammates have been eliminated, that is. But yeah, I can't see Sheamus. They're booking him as the next big thing. Maybe he probably won't be at the level as John Cena, but I think he's going to be up there as like a Randy Orton level superstar. Mason Ryan, trying to get him up to that status as well, so I can't see them letting this team lose, and especially as I've gone for all heels in the other matches, got to go for the faces here. Those are my predictions. To quickly run back through them: Miz and Truth to beat Cena Rock, Del Rio to beat Punk, Henry to beat Big Show, Beth to beat Eve, Dolph Ziggler to beat John Morrison, and Team Orton to beat Wade Barrett. Right, what are your thoughts on the pay-per-view? What are your thoughts on my prediction? I've got to go because I can barely talk anymore. I'm going to get a drink, I'm going to get a lemsip. Comment down below, subscribe above, like down here, and my Q&A will be up next week, so if you're not already, add a question there and I'll answer it next week, and that'll be up then. And thank you for watching, see you later.